Hello and welcome back to Marfa is Dead. Um, Last time, we did a lot of stuff. We discovered that we killed our sister and we killed our mom and our dad got murdered by some invading forces of unspecific origin. And, they, were gonna kill me, my character, Julia, but they decided not to, and now they're doing the whole, oh, she was mentally ill, so she doesn't remember any of this stuff, but she's still a murderer. So we're doing that whole angle, apparently. Oh no, they had the masks off. Now we're calling the priest.
Donattilio, chi è?
Help me!
Padre, mi aiuti. Sono tutti morti. Il babbo, la mamma, tutti.
Giulia, vieni subito da me, non stare da sola, è pericoloso. Vieni in paese, potrai stare con me e mi racconti tutto, va bene?
Agree.
Va bene, padre. Ma prima voglio giocare un po'.
Giulia, non fare
What?
fesserie. Vieni subito qui in paese.
Okay. Sure thing, boss, but first I'm gonna go play with my toys. Ma'am, you're clearly in shock. But okay. I guess we're playing with puppets. I guess we're not playing with puppets. I guess I can go to town now. So I'm gonna try and... Should I take my bicycle? It's almost slower to even use the bicycle. Oh my god. I fell off. 'Cause it's not working. Just get off of it. Just get off of it. It ain't doing shit. Oh my god. Just get off. It doesn't do any. It doesn't do any. There's pointless. Wait, do I have to get on my bike? It said objective updated. Puppet theater. Take the bike. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn it off and back on. Hold on. There was an update in the middle of me trying to beat this freaking game. I didn't go here at all. I didn't know this was even a thing I could
Da
do.
quanto mi aveva raccontato la tata, questo era un vecchio mulino. Da che ho memoria è sempre stato abbandonato. Mi metteva i brividi.
What is this place? Oh, there's the picture.
Ecco fatto. La fotografia è dove deve essere.
Okay. So I can do the thing. Use the telegraph. Can I still use the telegraph? What am I supposed to do?
Ho messo la foto dove richiesto. Devo trovare le parole giuste per comunicarlo. E devo ricordarmi la parola in codice prima di tutto.
What is the code word? Map. Photo. Positioned. Over. Oh my god, it's gonna make me do it? I guess that I was just lucky the first time. God. Oh my god.
Hanno individuato la posizione del carro armato. Devo confermare che ho ricevuto.
Hello? They're sending me more stuff. What do they want from me?
Un deposito di armi nel bosco. Nel mio bosco. Lo cercherò. Ricevuto. Ora basta. Massima concentrazione e silenzio mentale. Se no non ce la farò mai.
Okay. Gosh, they have more. They're writing me a full-ass book!
Dopo averlo trovato, isserò una bandiera sul palo della luce per comunicare che la missione è compiuta. Sarà semplice.
Okay, they will then know something or other. I know where that is. I found that 1,000,000 years ago. Where the hell is my bike? See, it's just up there. Oh, brokey.
Non posso andare a San Cassino, è troppo lontano.
My bike is over there! Ma'am! We have to go over there. Our bike is there.
Non posso andare a San Cassino a piedi, è troppo
Oh
lontano.
my god. I don't know what I did, but I broke it, okay? Hold on. I'm about to have to do some shit. I don't know where I am as far as like making videos goes. I've had to restart this thing no less than 400 times so that I could get on this stupid ass bike and go to this stupid ass place with this stupid ass priest. And now it's dark. I had to do all that just for the screen to turn black anyway. Stupid. Warning, the following chapter Would you like to view the censored version? Nah. I guess this is what got censored. At least it asks. That's pretty nice. I might censor it in the video, depending on how crazy it is. Although, I don't know why this is the thing that got censored and not, like, ripping open our sister's tummy. Like, why is... I guess I don't understand why this is... I also don't know how crazy it is. It might be crazy. I'm not censoring it.
Quei ragazzi. Li avevano uccisi tutti ed era colpa mia. Avevano la mia età.
What boys?
Alcuni erano nostri amici. Non pensavo che sarebbe andata così, ma era ovvio. Cosa mi aspettavo? Mi sentivo una vigliacca, ma cosa potevo fare? Avrei dovuto tradire mio padre. Era mio padre e lo amavo. Lapo era mio amico e lo amavo. Da che parte stavo? Io ascoltavo solo il mio cuore. Pensavo fosse giusto. E invece era la cosa peggiore da fare.
What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? Oh, I guess she's talking about...
Rimasi alla larga dai soldati.
I didn't go
Tedeschi
anywhere
o
near.
alleati. Mi avevano fatto tutti del male. Non volevo avvicinarmi a nessuno. Per nessuna ragione.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to the church. Alright. Alright. Where's the church? Is this the church? Apparently. I guess I should have went to the thing that's big lit up.
Varcata quella soglia persi definitivamente il contatto con la realtà. Morivano tutti, mentre io sopravvivevo a tutto.
Father Attilio, your church is looking a little different. Everyone is being real quiet. There's my mom. Is that my dad? That's definitely my mom. There's Martha, or is that me? It's faceless. I'm assuming the ones that are... Actually, these are just a bunch of repeatings. So that is my dad. That's my dad. That's the nanny. That's my mom. That's the doctor. These are just repeatings of my puppets here. It is I, your orchestrator. Gaze upon me, and maybe I will give mercy upon your souls. What is this? Is this where a candle would go so I could read at night, I guess? Open. It's bright. What's happening? Can I move? Oh no. This one has two faces. I can't run, by the way. Do all of these have two faces? It's a tragedy mask and a not tragedy mask.
Non so come andarono le cose. Ricordo solo una grande luce e poi mi stavano facendo delle fotografie. C'era un uomo vestito di bianco, un dottore, immagino. Mi faceva delle domande, ma io non capivo cosa mi stesse chiedendo. Scrisse qualcosa su un foglio e 2 infermiere mi portarono via.
So she was sent to the... I guess the... Yeah.
Donne che parlavano da sole, altre che piangevano, altre che si cospargevano con i propri escrementi.
Ewi.
Poi c'erano quelle violente, quelle che cercavano di farsi male in tutti i modi. C'era una giovane donna che si masturbava tutto il giorno, ininterrottamente.
Oh Jesus.
Fino a lacerarsi i genitali.
Oh Jesus.
Allora la legavano a letto e lei urlava, bestemmiava e delirava per giorni, finché le ferite non guarivano e, slegata, riprendeva la sua attività. Quella donna ero io.
Uh-oh.
Poi cominciarono a farmi delle iniezioni. Scuotevano tutto il corpo. Mi ruppi un paio di vertebre e una caviglia. Si chiamava cardiazol, mi sembra. O qualcosa del genere. Ero come un fuoco che non si vuole spegnere. Quando sembra soffocato, eccolo che
Body was like a fire that didn't want to be put out.
Alla fine, però, vinsero loro. Smisi di urlare, di masturbarmi, smisi anche di pensare. Non ci fu più bisogno di alcuna terapia. Qualcosa era morto dentro di me. Ma ciò nonostante mi ostinavo a proseguire in questo viaggio doloroso. Ero più forte di quanto avessi mai potuto immaginare.
Okay. Well, I guess the two-faced things are like symbolism for me, because I have me plus the darkness inside me, I guess, which is just being mentally ill. It's kind of not cool. Game. Kind of uncool game of you. With the whole portraying the mental illness as the bad guy thing again. This old song and dance. There's a puppet show way over here. And there's a chair? Question mark? If I don't have to interact with the... Okay, I was gonna say, if this is just here for no reason, I'm gonna be mad. Because, like, what else is here? Nothing. Okay, I'd like to leave this place, please. Totem. Uh-oh. I'm a doll. I'm a little Julia doll. Why are you so suspect? Why did they craft the nipples in the doll? Seems a little
Chi
excessive.
sei tu? Aspetta, aspetta. Voglio delle risposte. Non andare via. Parlami di Marta. Ti prego.
Okay. She's doing sign language. Martha is dead.
Marta è morta. L'ho uccisa per impossessarmi della sua vita. Non troverò mai pace per quello che ho fatto. Temevo che fosse così. E la mamma?
She is
La
dead.
mamma è morta. Nessuno lo sa meglio di me, purtroppo. Inutile cercare di illudersi. Ho fatto quello che penso di aver fatto.
Yes, you did. Yup.
Sì, maledizione. È successo veramente. L'ho fatta a pezzi e l'ho seppellita sotto il ponte. Tutto quel sangue. Oh mio Dio. Lo sapevo. E il babbo? Anche questo è successo veramente.
Yes, I assume. Although I didn't see his body. This is about to be some bullshit, isn't it? I'm gonna
È
say
successo
yes.
veramente. Gli hanno sparato davanti a me.
This is about to be some absolute bullshit.
Vergogna. Non
It's
riesco
gonna
a
be like,
crederlo.
it's not even during the war times. You just made it up.
Lo sapevo già. E la data?
She's dead, right? We knew that she died, but I don't.
Povera tata. Lei non c'entrava
She
davvero
got killed because she was at our
nulla. È morta
house.
nella nostra villa.
Yeah,
Nel
okay.
compartimento.
That's what we
Noi ci
discovered.
siamo salvati rifugiandoci per tempo a casa sua. Privilegi di gente ricca. I sentimenti contano poco. Povera tatina mia. Ho paura a chiedere di Lapo.
Lapo is dead. Everyone, Lapo doesn't exist.
È esploso su una mina. Amico di una vita.
I have a feeling that none of them exist.
E ha pagato. Come ricordavo, purtroppo. Un'ultima domanda. La gravidanza?
Martha was
Marta era
pregnant.
incinta. Il suo bimbo deforme è morto con lei. Quanto dolore. Ma ora basta. Tutte queste domande sono inutili.
They're part
Non
of
è
the
vero.
grieving
È tutto
process.
dentro di noi. Basta girare lo specchio. Non è tutto solo il riflesso di un'essenza inconoscibile. Poco più di uno spettacolo di marionette.
What? Oh no.
Braccia pronte a tutto. Anche ad uccidere.
Ready for everything with open arms, even ready to kill. What am I doing here?
Gambe sempre pronte a scappare.
What is happening?
Il ventre che ha concepito nel peccato.
Wait, we had a child? I don't remember having a child.
La mente, infine, per proteggerci, ci ha fatte diventare mostri. Comunque sia, non possiamo vivere così. Non è vero?
What is
Ci
happening?
penso io. Non devo preoccuparmi. Cercherò di dormire se ci riesco.
Sleeping is
Ci
good.
penso io.
Why does... Oh, there's like a little kid inside. There's a baby inside of our little... Why does it say conceived in sin? Oh, that's our hand. Owie. Why are we conceived in sin? How does that make sense? What is happening? Did bad things happen to us in the asylum, aside from, you know, the apparent things? Martha. Oh no. Here we go. Ah! That's the same thing we used to rip her face off in the dream. Like, why is this any worse than what happened in the dream? Question mark? I guess the context? It doesn't seem like it's any better or worse. And the church was destroyed. But I was not there then. I was already in the asylum.
Le bombe non mi avevano uccisa ed ero sopravvissuta anche a me stessa. La prova più assurda, quella più dura. Ma la guerra ora è finita da tempo. Là fuori e soprattutto dentro di me. Ero dalla parte sbagliata del cancello, ma ora posso voltare pagina.
Oh, maybe she got pregnant from the soldiers that killed her dad.
La vita sta aprendo di
Is that the implication?
Non è vero? Se non fossi stata così fortunata da sopravvivere a me stessa, avrei buttato via tutto. Pensiamo che i pericoli siano attorno a noi, pronti ad aggredirci. Ma quelli più subdoli e ingannevoli.
This is the other person in us, I guess, because they're talking in a different tone.
E ci spingono a perdere il senso e il rispetto di noi stessi. Avrei voluto chiedere aiuto, ma ero sola. Questa è la mia storia. Grazie per essere qui, di avermi ascoltata. Ora
No
sono
problem,
tranquilla.
ma'am.
Quanto ci vorrà per arrivare a casa?
You have no home. There's never been a war. New skin unlocked. Dab. Fortunately, today it is possible to ask for help and receive it even if we are alone, even if we are desperate, even if it feels like life doesn't make sense. If it feels like there is something left for us, it is only because we can no longer see it. There's nothing left for us. Excuse me. There's always something to live for. Something great could just be around the corner. Okay. That was a game. Is there like a different ending option, I wonder? I'll let the credits play. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Like, I still don't understand, like, what is the, like, message of this game? Like, what am I supposed to walk away with? Kind of like there's a lot of pieces in it, and really none of it super pays off. I assume the only thing to really take away is just like, yep. Where's Lapo? Where's Lapo? Oh, he's right there. I can't read, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm supposed to be taking away from this game. I'm gonna see if there's another ending. Maybe it'll add something, but basically all that's really happened is that in order to protect herself from her like really fucked up childhood, she she developed a dissociative personality disorder, so that one person would have all of that while she wouldn't have to, I guess. Which definitely happens, but I don't really like that they're like, oh yeah, well, now this person is like a murderer now. She just, like, you know, she used her other identity to just kill everybody, and so she wouldn't have to deal with it. And I mean, whenever traumatic stuff happens, you can develop a dissociative identity disorder. From my understanding of it, I am not an expert on these topics, but I really just, I don't know, I'm over such tropes. I was really excited going in because I was like, oh, it's gonna be pretty cool. You know, this is kind of different. You're taking over, you're siblings' life so you can find their murderer. And then she got revealed, and I was like, oh no. And I guess, I don't know. I feel like that's just not what would have happened. I just don't think that's what would have happened. But I don't know. It's just A lot of it is just kind of like, it feels like shock value for the sake of shock value and not really to push forward any sort of like narrative of any sort. They're just like, let's put something creepy here. Let's just put something crazy. In some sort of marketing ploy. 81%. Hello? I guess that's how much of the game I finished. But I'm gonna go and see if I can get the other stuff. Maybe it'll make another ending. I don't know. Must have. It's almost like there's secrets in this place. Is this a door? Kinda looks like one, but I guess it isn't. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be here.
Qui. Non c'era quando ero piccola. Ne sono certa.
Also, why did they just keep a gate? Because you can see the guns and shit from inside the gate.
C'è un mondo intero qui sotto.
Yep, there sure has. Infiltrators. I guess that's just another way to get here. I don't know.
Quando sarà stato costruito questo posto? Non sapevo nulla della sua esistenza.
Oh god, what happened? Can't do anything.
Questo posto mette i brividi.
Carl. Lot number 2, Val de Pesa repossessions. The works will be transported as soon as the security conditions allow for it. General Eric K. That's my daddy.
Deve essere un dormitorio, ma non c'è nessuno. Chissà perché.
Who knows why? It's a mystery. Oh, there's a thing here. Give me that.
Cara Brunilde, il caldo qui mi uccide. Siamo chiusi dentro un tunnel. Sembra che si prepari qualcosa di grosso, ma a noi non dicono nulla. L'altro giorno siamo usciti per la pattuglia e per sbaglio ho sparato a una ragazza.
Uh-oh.
Mi porterò questo peso per tutta la vita, per breve che sarà. Ti amo sempre. La speranza di poterti rivedere mi tiene in piedi. T. Il soldato che mi ha sparato pensa che io sia morta. Non riesco a provare risentimento. Stiamo tutti soffrendo troppo.
We are all hurting so much. Hey, give me that. Oh. Yes, I did steal that. Is there anything else in here? No. Phone. Is there a secret?
Questo telefono non va. È per via di quel cavo che ho tagliato.
Oops. Why would they let you do that? That's silly. Did I go this way? I was going to go this way. I don't know where I am. I am lost. I am here.
Finalmente l'uscita. Come immaginavo. È la cappella nel bosco davanti casa.
But I didn't get the thing.
Se riuscissi a trovare qualcosa per far capire che sono stata qui. Nel messaggio parlavano di una bandiera.
Well, okay. I didn't get a flag.
Accosto il... Se riuscissi a trovare qualcosa per far capire che sono stata qui. Nel messaggio parlavano di una bandiera. Se riuscissi a trovare qualcosa per far capire che sono stata qui. Nel messaggio parlavano di una bandiera.
Okay, I need to find the flag then, I suppose. Oh, here we go. Uffa.
Appenderò questa in cima al palo accanto a casa e sapranno che la missione è compiuta.
Mission accomplished. I am a super spy. Isn't this is my dad lives here. My dad is surely my dad knows that this is here, right? Because these are German soldiers and he's a German person general. He himself is not German. He is just a general.
Ho fatto
Okay.
tutto quello che mi hanno chiesto. Immagino che sia finita qui. Spero di aver fatto la scelta giusta.
Did I get anything out of this? No. I got an achievement, so that's pretty cool, I guess. If you pass over a bridge with a little dignity, turn immediately. The stone is there.
Se passi un ponte che ha poca dignità, girati subito. La pietra ne ha. Va bene. Cercherò di risolvere questa caccia al tesoro. Qualunque sia la sua origine e chiunque sia il suo autore. Un ponte con poca dignità. Forse qualche ponte di fortuna sul ruscello, nel bosco.
Really? It says it's in the woods, isn't it? Didn't it say that? Nope, I made that up. I just assumed it was in the woods. The water splashes into the water. Really? You don't say.
L'acqua si tuffa nell'acqua. Questa è facile. Il torrente che entra nel lago. No, troppo facile. Cos'altro potrebbe intendere?
The last step between the bloodied flowers under the sign of obedience.
L'ultimo passo tra i fiori insanguinati, sotto il segno dell'obbedienza. Il segno dell'obbedienza.
If the
Se
light
la
was the
luce era la
church, the
chiesa,
sign of
il
obedience
segno
could be the
dell'obbedienza potrebbe
cross?
essere la croce.
Question mark? Exclamation point? This has been going on for 100 years. This is it?
Ma questa
Oh, there's a
era Donna
ghost.
Bianca. Ancora
It's
lei.
her, a ghost. I'm looking
fa
directly at
fantasma.
her in a photo. This is
Sta
a
vedendo
nightmare.
una
This
foto.
time it's
Non è
real.
un sogno questa volta. Meglio non farsi troppe
I
domande.
mustn't ask any questions
Le
as I'm
risposte non mi piacerebbero.
not going to like the
Questa è la sua
answers.
tomba.
This is her
Una
grave
tomba
and
vuota.
it's empty.
Forse posso trovare altre tracce di lei, della sua
Her
passata
past
presenza.
presence. What?
Pregava nascosta nel bosco. Probabilmente chiedeva perdono per peccati di cui si vergognava troppo. Per
How do
poter
you know
andare in
that?
chiesa o parlarne con il prete.
What sins did she commit?
Si nascondeva in questa casa, proprio dove siamo noi. Voleva
She
sfuggire al suo
wanted to
destino.
escape her destiny.
Questa era la sua casa, ne sono certa. E a quanto pare, per lei era un luogo di sofferenza. La dama bianca assieme al suo amante si amavano di nascosto.
Okay, I didn't think it would let me do this, but whenever the little guy comes in, you can choose to shoot yourself. And then this occurs. It was not easy to pull that trigger, but I did.
Ancora una volta però non ero morta. Morivano tutti in un battere d'occhio, come fosse la cosa più naturale del mondo.
If it were the most natural thing in the world, it seemed
Sperando
impossible.
spostai involontariamente l'arma quel tanto che bastò per far sì che il proiettile venisse deviato dall'arcata sopraccigliare. Sanguinavo. Sentivo un grande dolore sopra l'occhio, le voci attutite, ma niente di più. Svenni e ripresi conoscenza legata su una sedia, così stretta che non sentivo più né le mani né i piedi.
Okay, so
Sulla
you
sedia
end up in
accanto
the
a me
same
c'era mio
place.
padre. Parlami di Marta, ti prego.
Martha
Marta
does
non
not
esiste.
exist.
Non è mai esistita. È solo un parto della mia fantasia. Impossibile. Io me la ricordo. La amavo.
Okay, what's going on? She's an invention? She is a part of me. I would say she is a part of me.
In qualche modo Marta esiste. È dentro di me. Una parte di me è Marta. E una parte è Giulia. È estremamente doloroso. E la mamma è viva.
I don't
Non lo
know.
so. La sua morte potrebbe essere tutta una mia invenzione. Oppure le cose sono andate proprio come mi ricordo. Il dubbio consuma. E il babbo? I soldati.
I'm gonna
È
say that
successo
didn't happen
veramente.
because his body wasn't even there. I don't
Se
know.
ripenso a quel momento, tutto è confuso. Non so dare una risposta. Nessuna risposta è forse la risposta più dolorosa. E la data?
I don't
La
know.
data non la vedo da tanto. Non so cosa le possa essere successo. Chissà dov'è, povera piccola. Ho paura a chiedere di Lapo.
Lapo? Lapo doesn't exist, I guess.
Lapo probabilmente non esiste. Ho inventato tante cose. Lui è una di queste. Mi serviva. Ne sentivo il bisogno. E l'ho creato. L'avevo pensato anche io.
One last question.
Un'ultima
The
domanda.
pregnancy.
La gravidanza?
What about it? I was
Io ero
pregnant.
incinta e ho avuto un aborto
I had a
spontaneo. Tutto
miscarriage.
quel sangue quella
So
mattina.
much blood that
Poi la mia
morning.
mente ha deciso che le cose erano andate
It had gone
diversamente.
differently.
E chissà cos'altro nasconde. Ma ora basta. Tutte queste domande sono inutili. Non è vero?
Well, I went through the game again, and I still am not really sure what I'm supposed to be taking away from this. The fact that it's like, I feel like it started out being cool because it was like a murder mystery, and then it was like interesting concept of like having to take place of like a sibling because your mom is like, you know, has problems, is mentally ill. But apparently Martha isn't even a real thing. But there are like all kinds of stuff in the game that doesn't make any sense. And I feel like it's kind of like unfair to the player to be like, well, you know, the parts that don't make sense is because, you know, she's just making it up. Like, okay, but like, that's not okay. like, there has to be some sort of, like, grounding in reality. So if Martha didn't exist ever, maybe, like, in the flashback, the parent acknowledged that Martha existed, but also she wasn't born. So clearly Martha never existed, and maybe the parents were playing along to a degree, but even if the parents were playing along, why was there, like, why was there a funeral? And at the beginning, why was the dad sleeping there talking about how his kid was dead? Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, you know, she just misinterpreted some stuff or whatever. Like, that only works, that is only excusable for so long. Like, there has to be people who are like, this shit isn't real. And to the degree that they had her, they said she had died in the newspaper. You know, like, it's one thing to be like, oh, well, you know, the whole town is just gonna, you know, they know what's going on. It's kind of a small area, so that's not too crazy. But then the newspaper, like, the newspaper, I guess he has some 94. It kind of feels like not fully explored, because if a lot of it is just like, oh, well, you know, she just made shit up. Who knows? You know? Who knows what's real and who knows what isn't real? And people who really like this game, maybe they gone through, like, some of these things and it's cathartic, and I can understand that. Most of the shock value just feels like shock value for the sake of shock value, and maybe I've already said that. And that's all fine and dandy, but it's just most of this doesn't mean anything. Like, I understand the two faces, you know, because she had the part of her that was trying to deal with the trauma of her childhood, which existed. She had a traumatic childhood and her mom was ill. Now, the events that take place in the cabin or in her house, the summer house or whatever that she was living in, her nanny's house, it's unclear if any of those ever happened or if they're just an allegory for related traumatizing events. Like, in the event that literally none of this, like, nothing that happened in the cabin was real, and she's just processing it as a memory, so some of it, while not directly related, could have been things that occurred, like her miscarriage, because she talks about stuff conceived in sin, which makes me feel like maybe she, like, had some relation with somebody in the church, or maybe she was mishandled by one of the people who worked in the asylum. That is unclear, but she definitely got pregnant and she had a miscarriage, which further made her mental state decline. And it's just, I don't like the angle of things being, oh, well, it's a dream. Oh, well, it's this. Well, it's that. Like, I will accept if things are supernatural, and that's totally fine. If this is one of those, like, Silent Hill limbo angles, like, I feel like, don't create a dreamscape. Just go with everything as if it's all happening in real time, because making people question if shit is real or not, you have to base it in some kind of reality. You can't at the end just be like, well, it was fake. Sorry, all of it was fake. And there are some stuff that you can see, like, it talks about, oh, mom's taking all these pills, and it's probably actually Julia who has to be medicated. And that's why it was like by her bed, she was probably giving her the medicine rather than taking it herself. And that's probably also why when you call and I think that you just are yourself, like you don't pretend to be your mom, nobody thinks it's weird when you're like, oh no, I took all these pills. They're like, oh, well, that's not good. But they're not like surprised. They're like, Julia, why are you taking all these pills? They're just like, yep, she takes those pills. And that makes sense. And then there's some things where I'm like, okay, well, maybe that could have been like to show that, you know, she's not all there. And there are like little sprinklings of that around. And that's okay, but the fact is like they don't base it any kind of reality. Cause like this sequence at the end where you're like, I don't know if my mom died, I don't know what happened to my dad, I don't know. Cause those, if you say yes, those are the wrong answer because she doesn't elaborate. She's like, oh yeah, that's how I remember it. But how you remember it can't be trusted. So those are the wrong answers. So clearly the correct answers are something along the lines of they either do not exist or you just don't know, or maybe they're alive somewhere else, but you literally just don't know because you haven't had such contact with the parents in so long. And that's kind of what it seems like. So it's not like you killed your mom and maybe you wanted to. Maybe that's just a representation of like, okay, my mom was terrible to me as a child, so I need to get rid of that. I need to just get rid of her because everything in that is so complicated, I can't deal with it. And then there's your dad who went off to the war and maybe you never saw him again. Maybe he did die. You literally don't know. So in your mind, you just kind of create a scenario where he got murdered. And then there's also implications of rape for her, depending on what you do, by one of the soldiers that come in and kill your dad, in air quotes. And maybe that has something to do with her miscarriage as well, which would explain why, like, Lupo was on, like, he's the one who impregnated you, and maybe you wanted to make up a story to deal with that. Some of these things, I think that there were good beats in this game where they could have been really good, and they just missed the mark a little bit. And when it comes to subjects like this, execution is more than important. It's just everything about it matters. It has to be done just to a T, or else it comes across half-assed. So especially if you're gonna use these like super gory images for like metaphors or allegories or whatever, especially if you're gonna do that, otherwise it just comes across as like you didn't give a fuck. And while I have never been someone who has a DID, it's not a super good look, because for one, it's a very outplayed cliche, and if you like cliches, that's all fine, but, you know, sometimes they can be harmful. And I think in this case that it kind of was. And then, like I was saying, like, I've never had DID, so I can't super speak to it. But I have dealt with many an issue, many a mental illness in my family. So it's not like I'm just talking out of my ass when I say that some of these problems or some of these themes were not super well executed. As someone who has experienced it, I just think it could have been done better. Ways that if I were to improve this game, what I would do is number one, don't end it like this. Don't end it like this, where you were always in an asylum and you know, the events of the game don't matter, because that really takes away from everything that the player experiences, and then it also just makes it seem it's just I just don't think it's a good method of telling a story. And if you want to portray that she's not all there, and that some of the things that she sees are just figments of her imagination, don't make it more questionable. Like, don't put a grave for Lapo. Don't put a grave for Lapo. And I know she says something about like, oh, this is no one's gonna water this flower or whatever, but since the events that happen in that house likely none of them ever happened, then it really doesn't matter if there was a grave there or not. Or if, you know, maybe if the town is going along with it, don't put like things in the newspaper, or like there are little bits of it, like there's the mom being like, what are you talking about, what, but that's like toward the very end, and nothing around the middle. Like, it's just the phone call with Nanny. They're like, oh, you're talking. I thought it was Martha. I'm glad it was you. And then, like, the dad getting all upset about his dead daughter. Like, I don't know. It just, because she wasn't dead. And then they had, like, a full funeral, and, like, multiple people did that. They took the thing away, and it was in the newspaper. There's just some of this stuff that I'm like, I mean, she could be making supplementary things, I guess, but it just seems like, why would you put that there? All that, like, I just feel like it detracts from the story, and it just confuses the player for no reason, especially when it's like, what are you exactly trying to say? Like, what are you trying to say with this story? You just want to put some graphic imagery and then be like, they had DID, and call it a day? If that's what you want to do, you did it. But as far as like any sort of message about feeling alone and desperation and, you know, depression and stuff like that, does not come through. It does not come through at all. So that's what I think about the game. I played through it a little bit, a couple times. I think that I pretty much got it. I understand. If you played the game and you have a different interpretation, I'm totally cool to hear it. However, I just really, I don't know. I just don't think it was executed well. And I will see everybody in the next video.